Good afternoon, everybody. How is all my wonderful subscribers and viewers out there doing today? I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. It's Nikki D, and welcome back to the Nikki D channel. Today, we're going to be doing WWE Top 10 Matches Episode 7. And in today's episode, we're going to be focusing on the Apex Predator, the Legend Killer, Randy Orton. What's your favorite Randy Orton match of all time? Let me know down in the comment section below. You want to say hi? You want to talk about wrestling? Just post a comment down in the comment section below, and I read and reply to every positive message I see. Don't forget to like the video, share the video all over social media, and smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of when I post my next video. With that being said, I hope everybody continues to have an amazing day, and without further ado, let's get to number 10 versus Seth Rollins, WrestleMania 31. At WrestleMania 31, Randy Orton and Seth Rollins tore it up in a singles match, and this was the infamous Seth Rollins attempts a stomp that's reversed into an RKO, one of Randy Orton's best RKOs that he's ever delivered in his entire career was in this match. But the wrestling in this match was actually pretty good in an era where we didn't have too many 20-25 minute matches. This match went 13 minutes and 15 seconds respectfully, but the back and forth affair that we had was absolutely next level. Seth Rollins was able to dance with Randy Orton in a way so well. We learned early on that these two have amazing chemistry when they're in the ring together. Seth Rollins was great at the ground and pound grappling, and Randy Orton was able to spring free and get his offense in when he needed to as well. And the best part about it is this match didn't even have a championship on the line. Seeing these two men go 1-1 at WrestleMania with no championship on the line really speaks to how great of performers that Randy Orton and Seth Rollins are. And Randy Orton was able to get the 1-2-3 and defeat Seth Rollins, but still, Randy Orton looked so amazing in this match. We was able to see so much of Randy Orton's offense and arsenal in this match, and same goes with Seth Rollins. A shout out to Seth Rollins, who gave Randy Orton a run for his money, even so young in his career for Seth Rollins at that point. So it was definitely a great clash of new blood versus veteran blood, and Randy Orton proving to the world why he is such a great WWE superstar, and his match with Seth Rollins is one of his finest pieces of work in his entire career. And we have for our first honorable mention of the evening, the 2014 Elimination Chamber. And the 2014 Elimination Chamber featured Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan versus Cesaro versus Sheamus versus John Cena versus Christian. As we had Sheamus and Cesaro start off this match. Christian, John Cena, Daniel Bryan, and Randy Orton all got a pod. And this match was for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which the champion Randy Orton was at the time. And then we had a great one-on-one match between Sheamus and Cesaro before Daniel Bryan came into the fray, entering it in the third spot. And then we had a lot of good triple threat spots between Sheamus, Cesaro, and Daniel Bryan, three of the best workers in WWE at the time. Before Christian came into this match at number 4 and turned it into a fatal 4-way. John Cena and Randy Orton were still in their respective pods. We had a lot of great spots between the 4 men before John Cena got into the match at number 5. And at that point, it was just waiting on the champion Randy Orton. Finally got in there at 6. And then these 6 really tore it up for a little while. It took 26 minutes into this match before we had our first elimination of the match. But Christian was able to eliminate Sheamus via pinfall to bring it down to 5. And then just over a minute later, Christian himself was eliminated by Daniel Bryan via pinfall, and we was down to 4. And then John Cena was able to make Cesaro tap out to eliminate Cesaro. And we was down to John Cena, Daniel Bryan, and Randy Orton. And John Cena was the next to go to the hands of Randy Orton. And Daniel Bryan joined him about 5 minutes later as well. The match ended up going 37 minutes and 30 seconds with Randy Orton retaining the WWE World Heavyweight Championship in a great Elimination Chamber match that really added a buckle to Randy Orton's resume, being an Elimination Chamber winner. Number 9 versus Edge, a Backlash 2020. This was the Backlash during the COVID era, and this was coined the greatest wrestling match ever. These two really got all the time in the world, considering that this match was the main event of Backlash this year in 2020, and these two were absolutely brilliant in the squared circle. This isn't to be confused with their match at WrestleMania, which went all over the place. I get them confused. That's why I said it. But the match that we had at Backlash was as technical wrestling as you can get. These two were absolutely brilliant in the role, and this match really showed the stamina that Edge and Randy Orton still possess even after all these years. This match went 44 minutes and 45 seconds, and honestly, it was a great match from start to finish. Both of these men gave it everything they had, which is probably why we didn't hear from them from a while after Backlash too much when it came to in-ring action. Edge and Randy Orton left it all out on the line at Backlash. This match never really left the ring. There were parts where Edge was really in control of this match and put the beat down on Randy, and Randy was able to reverse and turn favor and be able to get the advantage on Edge in portions of this match. This was wrestling tennis at its finest. This was 2 certified first ballot Hall of Famers absolutely putting on a classic that we would never forget. But the way WWE hyped this match up going into Backlash, it was either that or anything else fall short. So they really had to give this match it everything, because Randy Orton and Edge have been in this business for more than 2 decades now, and they've been excelling at everything they've done ever since they've got here. This was the crowning achievement, in my opinion. Randy Orton was able to come out victorious in this match, but still, when this match was over and the dust settled, these two knew that they went to war at Backlash. Number 8 versus Jeff Hardy, Hell in a Cell 2018. Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy were intertwined with each other in 2018. Randy Orton was just the nightmare incarnated for Jeff Hardy, and these two met in a very memorable Hell in a Cell match where Randy Orton really got graphic in some of the things that he did, especially with Jeff Hardy's earlobe at one point, I believe. And Randy Orton just asserted his dominance over Jeff Hardy early on in this match. Jeff Hardy did have his first, second, and third win in this match, where he started to pick up the pace and set the match more at his tempo, high flying. And Jeff Hardy was able to get his offense in this match at points. But Randy Orton, every single time Jeff Hardy got something going, cold and calculated and just shutting it down. Randy Orton was out here to prove that he still sits at the top of the mountain in WWE, and nobody, especially Jeff Hardy, was going to stop him from doing whatever he wanted to do inside the Hell in a Cell structure. This match was absolutely next level, and it made Randy Orton look like a dominant heel that you cannot stop. And Randy Orton did get control of this match about 23 minutes in. This match lasted 24 minutes and 50 seconds, but when Randy Orton got it locked in, there was no coming out of it. He was able to deliver a beautiful RKO to Jeff Hardy, followed by a 1-2-3 as Randy Orton defeated Jeff Hardy inside the Hell in a Cell structure. But regardless, similar to the last match, these two knew they went to war. Randy Orton wouldn't be the competitor he is today, probably without this clash with Jeff Hardy, and Jeff Hardy learned so much from somebody like Randy Orton, so it was definitely a win-win for both of these superstars. And Randy Orton, this was one of his best matches against Jeff Hardy in their entire history. Number 7 versus Triple H, No Mercy 2007. This match was for the WWE Championship, as Triple H was defending against Randy Orton in a last man standing match, and this rivalry was personal. This was during the era where Triple H was going to Randy Orton's house and with a sledgehammer in tow looking for Randy Orton, and ended up getting arrested by the St. Louis police. This was the time where Randy Orton hit a vintage Orton on Stephanie McMahon with Triple H handcuffed to the ropes while Randy Orton kissed Stephanie right in front of Triple H. This was a lot of dark and cold stuff in this rivalry. And this last man standing match was no different. These two completely destroyed each other. Triple H did have control of this matchup early, but Randy Orton was always the sneaky snake, that if you left a door open, Randy Orton was going to kick it in, and Randy Orton was able to get control of this match multiple times throughout its 22-minute runtime. And Triple H did have his moments in this match, but this was about Randy Orton. This was about Randy Orton showing the world that he was at his prime in 2007, and he was not to be messed with. The point of this match was not to be won by pinfall or submission. Like I said, it's the last man standing match, so the only way to win this match is to beat your opponent to the point where they can't get back to their feet for a count of 10. Randy Orton not only hit the RKO, but he was able to hit his signature punt as well. Triple H did not answer the count of 10 to Randy Orton's boot, and Randy Orton became the new WWE champion. All at No Mercy 2007, where Randy Orton defeated Triple H for the WWE Championship. Number 6 versus Shawn Michaels, Survivor Series 2007. This match was a singles match as Randy Orton was defending the WWE Championship against the challenger, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. And the stipulation in this match, if Shawn Michaels had used Sweet Chin Music, he would have been disqualified and would not get another shot at the title during Randy Orton's reign as champion. If Orton had been disqualified, he would have lost the title to Michaels. So Orton couldn't win the match lose the match by disqualification, but retain the championship. So this was a very great back and forth match. It was a lot of Randy Orton in the early going, because Shawn Michaels was hindered of the fact that he couldn't use Sweet Chin Music. He wanted to put Randy Orton away early with it, and because of that, Randy Orton was able to slow down the pace and have the match go the way that he wanted it to go. And Randy Orton was in control of a lot of it because of that. The match did end up going 17 minutes and 48 seconds. And Shawn Michaels did everything he could. He hit all of his other moves, but it still wasn't enough to keep down the WWE champion that is Randy Orton. And because of that, Randy Orton was allowed to use his RKO. Eventually was able to hit his RKO for a 1-2-3, and still the WWE champion, Randy Orton. And honestly, Randy Orton did so good in this match with his offense and showcasing his abilities to show you why he was such a good and still is such a good WWE superstar. Definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer. And when we look back on his career, this match is going to be one of the defining factors that puts him in the Hall of Fame. A wonderful performance by both Randy Orton and Shawn Michaels. But Randy Orton was able to retain the WWE Championship at Survivor Series 2007. Number 5 versus Christian, SummerSlam 2011. This match with Randy Orton and Christian was amazing from start to finish. It was for the World Heavyweight Championship, and it was a no-holds-barred match. So we really got the brutal side of Randy Orton and Christian in this match. Randy Orton was able to have control of this match early on, but Christian using weapons to his advantage, trying to get capitalize on his one more chance at the World Heavyweight Championship. Really went to war with Randy Orton. Randy Orton did everything he could in this match to hold off Christian. Christian had flying moves out to 2-9 in this match, and Randy Orton, though, was able to slow down the match to his pace, probably a good 11-13 minutes into this match. And because of that, Randy Orton was able to take Christian out of his element. But it really didn't matter because these two just absolutely tore each other apart. This match went 23 minutes and 43 seconds. Randy Orton was able to retain the World Heavyweight Championship against the Game Christian. RKO 1, 2, 3, as so many have fallen to in the past. But Randy Orton really got a different opponent than what he's used to. He got a smaller, sneaky opponent in Christian. Really learned a lot from a superstar like that. And Christian learned a lot about the power game of Randy Orton, as Randy Orton had no problem showing Christian what he could do in the ring. But Randy Orton and Christian both are amazing wrestlers in themselves. But to come into SummerSlam in 2011 and give us a match that they did was absolutely next level, as Randy Orton was able to retain the World Heavyweight Championship in a no-holds-barred match. Number 4 versus John Cena, Breaking Point 2009. The WWE Championship was on the line at Breaking Point in 2009 as the champion Randy Orton was defending against the challenger John Cena in an I Quit match. And if anyone had interfered in the match on Randy Orton's behalf, Randy Orton would have been stripped of the title immediately. And these two absolutely went to war with each other. A classic match. Randy Orton and John Cena are both at the top of the mountain in their careers at this point. And these two left it all out on the line. Randy Orton was in control of this matchup early, but once John Cena weathered the early storm and got his offense going, he was untouchable, as he always is. John Cena, one of the best wrestlers in WWE history, going to war with Randy Orton, another wrestler that's in that category as well, was an absolute classic to see. Unfortunately, it's the first match on this list where Randy Orton did not come out victorious, unfortunately, but John Cena still had an amazing performance in this match, as he was able to win the I Quit match and become the new WWE champion. But Randy Orton still had an amazing performance in this match as well. This match did go 19 minutes and 46 seconds. So we saw a lot of Randy Orton's offense. And if you want to say he was in the prime of his career in 2009, I'm not going to disagree with that statement at all. Randy Orton, in my opinion, this was one of his best matches in his entire career, and he was in there with somebody of a legend like John Cena. So this, in my opinion, was one of the best matches of Randy Orton and John Cena's careers. Number 3 versus The Fiend Bray Wyatt, WrestleMania 37. Yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of fun here. Randy Orton and The Fiend Bray Wyatt, in my opinion, was such a great rivalry. Yeah, The Fiend did get burned alive a few months before and came back as a different version. But still, this match at WrestleMania 37 was still a great match, and it had the potential to be even higher if it was longer. In my opinion, I think that is the only downfall of this match. This match went 5 minutes and 50 seconds. Not really a long match, but Randy Orton and The Fiend danced for the final time that they had ever danced at WrestleMania 37, and The Fiend did have some offense for Randy Orton. There was a part where we thought Randy Orton was going to go to sleep to the mandible claw, but Randy Orton was able to power out of that and deliver the RKO to the Bray Wyatt for the 1, 2, 3 as Randy Orton kicked off WrestleMania 37, because this was the first match on the card for WrestleMania 37. So this is how we started the show. Randy Orton defeating the Fiend Bray Wyatt for a big time WrestleMania win, ending Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt's rivalry. But that's part of the reason why it's so high on this list, in my opinion. It's because it's the final time that Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt interacted. They did have several matches in 2016, and we even had a part where Randy Orton was a part of a tag team with Bray Wyatt. So much history between these two men. To see all that history culminate at WrestleMania 37 was truly a special moment in both the career of Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. And Randy Orton being able to get the win over Bray Wyatt to end the rivalry, in my opinion, makes it one of my favorite Randy Orton matches in his entire career. Number 2, versus The Undertaker, SummerSlam 2005. Randy Orton was fresh on the scene in WWE in 2004, 2005, and one of his first big-time rivalries was against The Undertaker. And SummerSlam of 2005, Randy Orton had put it all together, went one-on-one with the Dead Man in a singles match at SummerSlam, and The Undertaker was in control of a good bit of this match early, putting the beat down on the kid, before Randy Orton got it together and showed the world why they called him the Legend Killer. And Randy Orton hit quite a few good moves, really got his offense and his arsenal going. Yeah, The Undertaker had his flurries where he would get some shots in. But after the 3 to 5 minute mark, Randy Orton really asserted his dominance in this match, and it was one of the first times we saw Randy Orton dominate The Undertaker. I mean, Randy Orton was just a kid coming in with his dad, Cowboy Bob Orton, and Randy Orton at SummerSlam turned into a different kind of beast that really took advantage of The Undertaker and really put the beat down on it from start to finish. This match did go 17 minutes and 17 seconds. Randy Orton was able to get his first win over The Undertaker as he defeated him via pinfall at SummerSlam. But that's the main reason why it makes it so high on this list. Randy Orton was the new kid on the block. He's been here longer than my food's been in the microwave, and The Undertaker has been here for 15 years. He's the cornerstone. He's the bar. He's the benchmark. And Randy Orton came in, got a win on The Undertaker in a 17-minute match, showing the world that the future of WWE has the 3 most devastating letters in all of professional wrestling: RKO. And honestly, this is the second best match of Randy Orton's entire career. Only 2. And before we get to number 1, we have our second honorable mention of the evening, and that goes to versus Gunther, Bash in Berlin 2024, as Gunther was defending the World Heavyweight Championship at Bash in Berlin in 2024 against the challenger Randy Orton, and these two tore each other apart. A slow-paced match between these two men. That's how both of these men prefer to perform, and the chops that Gunther was able to lay down in this match sent echoes and shivers throughout the people in the audience. And Randy Orton did have his moments where he was able able to hit Vintage Orton. He was able to hit an RKO or two or a 1-2 ooh. But at the end of the day, the sheer dominance of Gunther really stood out to be the X factor in this match. Unfortunately, this is the second match on this list where Randy Orton was not able to come out victorious. But I definitely feel like it deserved to have a spot in the honorable mentions because this match went 34 minutes and 28 seconds for the World Heavyweight Championship, and Randy Orton got so much time to be able to showcase his offense and had so much time where he was in control of Gunther. Absolutely next level to see that Randy Orton, even in 2024, can still go to the best that he could ever go, and to be able to go toe to toe with the World Heavyweight Champion for as long as he did was definitely a feat of himself. And Gunther learned so much about wrestling being in the ring with someone as skilled and as calculated as Randy Orton. Like 35 minutes was a win for Gunther as well, on top of retaining the World Heavyweight Championship. No, but I feel like Randy Orton still had one of his best performances in his WWE career in this match, even though he didn't come out victorious. But with that being said, let's be on to number one. Number one versus Cactus Jack, Backlash 2004. We're talking about Randy Orton being a rookie. He was definitely as rookie as they come in this match. It was for the Intercontinental Championship, and it was a hardcore match on top of that. And this is probably the most barbaric and graphic match on this list here today. These two did it all in this match. They used a barbed wire. They used tables that were on fire. They used anything that these two men could get their hands on, and there was bloodshed enough in this match between these two competitors. And honestly, it was one of the best hardcore matches that WWE had put on during that time, in my opinion. And at the end of the day, it was just a match where these two men left it all out on the line. This was a WrestleMania worthy match, in my opinion. The violence that we saw in this match, how personal it was between these two men that we saw in this match was absolutely next level at the time. And Randy Orton, just the snake that he played in his character, he did it so excellently, even though he was just a rookie coming from OVW a year or two ago. To be able to come in and give us the type of performance that he gave us for the Intercontinental Championship against Cactus Jack was amazing. Randy Orton was able to retain the Intercontinental Championship after an RKO and a 1-2-3. This match went 23 minutes and 7 seconds, and honestly, it felt like it went longer than that. It felt like it went 30 minutes because of all the spots that these two men had throughout this match. It was absolutely legendary, the creativity that was put together for this match between Randy Orton and Cactus Jack. And even though Randy Orton was fresh out of OVW and new on the scene in WWE, 21 years later, I don't think anything has topped this match for Randy Orton, and I feel like Randy Orton Cactus Jack hardcore match at Backlash was the greatest match of Randy Orton's entire career. And that was WWE Top 10 Matches, Episode 7, featuring the Apex Predator, the Legend Killer, Randy Orton. What's your favorite Randy Orton match of all time? Let me know down in the comment section below. You want to say hi? You want to talk about wrestling? Just post a comment down in the comment section below, and I read and reply to every positive message I see. Don't forget to like the video, share the video all over social media, and you made it all the way to the end of this video, go smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future videos. And if you want to see some more of me, Nicky D, then go check out another one of my videos, because I got hours of content that'll keep you entertained well into the evening. With that being said, I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. I'm Nicky D, this is the Nicky D channel, and I will see all of y'all beautiful people next time. Bye, y'all!